Hey y'all, and welcome to This Is How It Ends. I'm Nels.
I'm so.
And welcome to a special episode. We're covering the Super Bowl 2025.
You mean the Kendrick Lamar show?
The Kendrick Lamar
where we
mini
allowed the football
concert.
players to.
Right, because I'm not paying for those tickets. All right, I'm using my Klarna for Beyonce Cowboy Carter. All right, that's the Klarna and Affirm. That may be the only way I can go. Yeah. So, for those that have been living under a rock, Kendrick Lamar performed for the halftime show with a featured guest, SZA. He also had Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam / the character. I forgot the name of the character. I should know this, from Django. I think his name was Steven. Yeah. Anyway, so it's a lot to unpack. So, Soph, let's just start off. What did you think of the performance overall?
I liked it. I like Kendrick Lamar. I won't say like I listen to his music all the time, but I really liked it. He's a storyteller, right? So many layers, personal history, cultural commentary, industry critiques. Just in visually, it was really nice. Like whoever the camera person was and whoever like designed the stage, it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. Can I say, tangent? Samuel Jackson is probably one of the richest actors, not because he's the highest paid, but because he does all these like random like.
He works so much. He's doing Capital One credit cards. He's at the Super Bowl. Samuel stays with a job, okay? And his breakout role wasn't even until like maybe he was like 40 something. It was like Jungle Fever. That was like his breakout role. So it's just kind of like Samuel stay working, and he looks really good.
He does look really good.
But to your point about the artistry, right? Kendrick, he has a balance, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little history and artistry, but this train is ultimately going to Pettyville. And I appreciate the destination. So I did kind of look up what some of the symbolism was, talk about a little bit. So this is from xxmag.com. And so first of all, he started off, all right. I don't know if you noticed, he had a little A chain. It was like a small A minor.
Oh my God.
He already started.
Pettiness.
The petty king. Also the colors, the red, white, and blue. Representing the flag, of course, and America was built by us. Also, what else was there? So again, just the formations that was on the field. In the end, he had like the tic-tac-toe like game over, and then he also had it looked like a controller, like you're playing like for a video game. And then it's just like, to Kendrick, like this whole thing is a game. We're not ready for it.
It is a game.
Yes. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam, right? But Kendrick was getting deep, but I also have a little bit of commentary on that. It's not a soapbox, but we need to stay woke. All right. But we'll get to that. But yeah, that was some of the symbolism that was in there. Now, as a whole, because I am a fan, I didn't really like the set list. I felt, given the occasion and the crowd, it wasn't really. It didn't get popping until kind of the end, honestly. Even I was kind of like, I don't know about this,
I think he kind of went in there knowing like that's not what it was about.
Yeah, and he plays games, okay? Because he was teasing. He would play a little bit like dun 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 dun. Oh, I can't play it. Dun 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 dun, because they gonna sue. Dun dun dun. Like stop playing games, Kendrick. Stop playing games. Because Right? Because, there's this whole thing about whether or not he was going to perform that song because Drake was
suing
everybody. Just sit down. You have no room in hip hop. Just go somewhere.
Can I just say, like, the irony of it, right? Like, because people tend to say, like, Drake is false. He's not really for the culture, right? He's this guy from Canada. He was on Degrassi. He's an actor, and like this hip hop is another persona. It's another role that he's playing, right? And the irony of him being called out for that, and then suing over a rap beef, which is part of hip hop culture. To me, that's wild.
It's like, instead of putting, the pen to the paper, it's like, I'm gonna go get my lawyer. Like,
I mean, that's the Canadian in him, right? That's the Degrassi. Like, that's that's out of him. So
that ain't hip hop. Yeah, I want to talk about the fashions a little bit. Now, look, I was just highly distracted by Kendrick's bell bottoms. I don't know if this is an LA thing. I mean, Kendrick got a little cake back there. You got just a little grab on to, just yang.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, he was just skipping around. I was a little bit distracted.
It was distracting because I was bell bottoms. Like,
yes, I was texting Javi. I was like, these flares.
Somebody was like, Kendrick is me in 2003.
You got them LEI bell bottom jeans. Ciao.
Everybody was rocking. Oh my God.
Yes. And also there was symbolism in his jacket as well. It had the word Gloria on it, which is one of the songs he did with SZA on his album as well. So that was cool. SZA looked great in her red. She did her thing, of course. And Serena, look, now, I want to be like Serena when I grow up, okay? Here's why I want to be like Serena. I want to be able to be petty to my ex on a national, platform. Okay? Actually, SZA's also Drake's ex, too. So 2 of his exes.
SZA's his ex as well?
Yeah, they dated or messed around or something. He said some shady stuff. He's been saying shady stuff about her. So it's just like, to come together for like a petty trifecta is great. I want to be like Serena when I grew up. Okay, I mean, look, who knows what may happen with, no, I know what's going to happen with this How It Ends podcast. And I'm definitely going to make sure every once in a while I can be petty to the men that I've dated. However, I don't know if I'll be able to do it the way Serena did it,
And it was super. So Drake and Serena dated, right? They actually dated.
Yes.
Okay.
And
did
then
he say stuff about her too?
He was saying how her husband is a groupie or whatever. And it's just like, well, shouldn't your spouse be your groupie? I'm glad Serena didn't wait around for him, went and got married, had her babies, and just is doing her thing. And who was it? Stephen A. Smith talking about, I would divorce if my wife, that I would divorce Serena.
Over her
doing that. No one asked you. So yeah, I appreciated that as well. Overall, I thought it was a good performance towards the end. At least Kendrick Lamar wasn't like the guy that you dated for a few months, and then when you're like, what are we? He's like, oh, I'm not your man. He was like, look, I'm gonna tease you, but we're gonna commit. We're gonna do this. And he definitely did it. It was great. I was here for it. I was very much shocked. And to hear a whole stadium say A minor all together. Wait, was Drake at home? Was Drake at a Super Bowl party?
I'm pretty sure he was not at a Super Bowl party. Like, I'm pretty sure he was home alone because he knew what was coming. I was trying to look to see what his response was to this. First of all, these are 2 grown-ass men feuding. Let me just say that again. Like, I don't really condone this.
I'm middle-aged.
middle age, and it's been going back and like this is so middle school, like it's been going back for a while. Someone I was watching this comedian and he was saying, you know, because Drake went after Pusha T.
Yes.
And that's when Pusha T was like, well, you got a baby.
Yeah, like leave people alone. Leave people alone when you have a hidden child, possibly children.
But so I try to do a little, you know, try to look into this beef a little. I didn't really do a good job. I half-assed it. But so it was like just one day where they were like just releasing all these back and forth.
Yeah, there was a point in time where like they were dropping one by one, and then it was like, hey, you drop one, I drop one. And then all of a sudden, Kendrick's like, bow, 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 bow. Like he just is like one after the other. Like you couldn't keep up after a while. Now I got in there like after, as long after the beef had happened, but just watching reaction videos, people breaking things down. And it was like, it was a surprise. And you're just like, okay, like how many more bullets can Drake take? But see, Drake started it by going in on his family. See, like, that's what you get. That's what you get.
We don't do the family. The family is sacred.
But yeah, and so I guess Drake is also not on social media as well because everybody is in on this. The elderly, pets, just black, white. There was this one like video of these Indian women dancing to Squabble Up. Like he cannot.
He can't escape it. This is not like the 90s beef, right? Because the 90s beef, it's really contained because you don't have social media like spreading stuff. And nowadays, it's just, you just can't escape it.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
People who are not fans, who don't even listen to rap, this they'll know about.
Yes. And so, I mean, is this the end? Is this how this beef ends? Shameless plug.
I wonder if he said game over. Is that like saying this is like he's done with this? Or I mean,
like it has to be with the Grammys and with this. Like it's done. But
you know, I mean it's done, but the song that's one of those songs that it's just Drake can't say anything to anybody because they could just be like, not like, right?
And even like something is wrong with Kendrick because you know there's a part where he goes, "Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young," but he like made sure to like look the camera in the eye, like say Drake. Like he was just
he's talking to Aubrey.
Like I know you are looking. And here's the thing: the part of with the Young Money. That's what Drake was a part of or whatever. Like though they were crying like, what about New Orleans? What about Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne should perform. First of all, ain't nobody gonna see no Lil Wayne cannot perform. I'd rather see a broomstick with 2 lock extensions attached to it on a stage than see Lil Wayne perform at the Super Bowl. Okay, Lil Wayne is more than cracked out. Like it's sad.
Real. This man is always like high off of something. Like, and I can't stand to his mama. Like, I don't like his mama. I don't understand him. I don't know who writes for him. It just never makes sense.
I know like a few Lil Wayne songs here and there, you know, but you know, and those who are rap aficionados say like, you know, he's one of the I don't know goats, but he's up there.
Do we listen to his lyrics? Like, do we listen to his lyrics?
I don't know, girl. You know, as Mom would say, I don't know about that boom bam pop. I don't know about all of that.
Google, I'm gonna foolish Lil Wayne because I can't think of one. And he has so many.
What'd you find?
Because the one I was thinking about, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
I mean, that's actually kind of like the G in lasagna is silent. I mean, that's kind of clever. Wasn't there something about that shit? Toilet bowl. Hello, Mr. Shit. I'm the toilet bowl or something like that from him. Something like that.
Yeah. Yes, the G in lasagna is silent, but there are so many other.
I love that.
As a rap lyric, That don't go hard, man.
I don't know. I kind of like that one. But I mean, people doing all this, almost got my eye. People doing all this whining when it's like, okay, I think I looked it up. The only other time they had the Super Bowl in New Orleans was like 2013, I guess. So was anyone campaigning for Lil Wayne like back then? It's just
this
like
has never happened. Like this has never happened where like they announced
the hate train.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was his people though. It was his. It was Drake's people.
Little Boozy talking about, oh yeah, there's all these Louisiana people. Boozy, I mean, I loves me some Wipe Me Down, but you know, because I could have enjoyed Juvenile, you know, for the 99 and the 2000s, you know. and the gadget.
Everybody know where they were.
You know, but yeah, I'm just like, why all this? Oh, it's enormous because of the Kendrick hate is really real. And at first I thought like maybe he should have incorporated more of like the Louisiana sound in there. However, first of all, the pre-show they had a lot of exactly. First of all, they had the pre-show they had a lot of like the bands and stuff like that. And then for the national anthem and the Black national anthem, they had Louisiana artists Baptiste and Lettucey. They sung. And so it's like, all right, you know, Kendrick doesn't have to carry the weight of New Orleans on his back. Like
he doesn't. Like no other artists are being asked to do this.
Yeah, so they're a whole bunch of haters.
They are haters. Like, yeah. I mean, who performed? Rihanna performed last year. Where were I don't remember the Super Bowl.
I think it was Usher. Usher was last year.
Usher was last year?
I think so.
Oh, when Ludacris was.
And then I think Rihanna was the year before.
Oh, right, because that's when she announced her baby.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, my favorite Super Bowl performance will always be, as controversial as he is, Michael Jackson. It was sometime in the 93. I don't know. It was definitely like it was Heal the World. And then he had like all the people in the audience with like the faces. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think we have to say that when we talk about an artist.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Is it Woody Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Woody Allen married his daughter.
Yeah, that's.
But he's still out here doing like no one talks about him like, and they say, well, you know, I know he's not. Like, no, they just say, like,
yeah, so it's unfortunate that your legacy gets besmirched, but you know, everyone's like, cancel if you like this person or whatever. Like, I'm kind of that way too. But
I don't cancel nobody unless I feel like it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
the only person I got on the cancel train was R. Kelly, because that was just
that's just and Diddy too. But
Diddy, oh my God, that man
Diddy. But apparently our cancellation does not matter because the event I went to February 2nd, they were definitely playing Diddy, or it was All About the Benjamins or whatever. And
girl, if that song came on,
look, it was hard. They were like, you like want to remember with the beat, huh? Like you can't help it. And then there was a part was like, Puffy, hold me down, baby. And all the women like, Puffy, hold me down, baby. Oh, just
only female in my crew, and I can't.
see,
I can't be there now. I'd have found a corner.
It's just like the whole bad boy situation. Like, I remember I was at a wedding and they were playing some Peaches and Cream. Like, let me tell you what I want to do. And I was just kind of like, this is not right. But I was like,
Oh God, that's like move your body like a snake, because that's one of my favorite.
Oh man,
that's like, and that has like such distinct memories for me.
yes.
Like when you were young and at the
Were we in college?
you were in college,
Girl, at the mocha parties. I definitely remember
yes,
playing that.
yeah, girl. So
Oh,
every time I hear, I was like,
yeah. You just be like, your body like snake, mom. It's like the guilt on your face, like.
I'm gonna move though.
God will do me later. Hell will be waiting for us. Oh man. So I do want to get on my soapbox just a little bit.
Okay, girl. Get on it.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? Maybe because I'm older now, I don't care so much about celebrities, and I don't have as much, like, I appreciate them. You're an artist, you perform, this is what you do. Not everything that you do is necessarily for the culture, right? And people are talking about, oh, what Kendrick Lamar did and what it means and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, but he's performing NFL, you know, at the end of the day, it's done. We go back to our lives. Trump just outlawed paper straws. Like, this is our life. And so there was a quote on Instagram which kind of summed up how I felt really well. It's by her name is Asiatu.coach. And she said this: Kendrick's performance was absolutely creative as F, brilliant and Black representation, but not revolution. As a revolution won't be televised, as Gil Scott-Heron said, which shout outs to Gil Scott-Heron. I have his album. One can't be a capitalist and pro-Black. Capitalism requires Black exploitation. Kendrick's performance benefited both Jay-Z, a billionaire, and the NFL for them to regain the Black audience. A Black entertainer performing at a known anti-Black and misogynistic company while calling out playing the game is ironic AF. And that's the truth. And so I was really here for, okay, the pettiness of it all. And yes, the symbolism is dope and it's important, but at the end of the day, it's the Super Bowl.
Like nothing is really being done. Like how does it better our lives? You know,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Like how does it contribute to the Black cause? Like I agree with you too. And I remember thinking, even as this whole thing was, this is why I'm not really, because this benefits the record industry first. Like whoever MGM I think owns them, make a shit ton of money from this. Right, whatever Kendrick is making and Drake is making, they're making way more than that. So it's still exploitation. I mean, they get a piece of the pie, but they're still being used as any other artists are being used, you know, to get our money.
Yeah, I just think Black people, we can't keep on being bought by like symbolism. Oh, this is symbolic. This is what this represents. But at the end of the day, both men, I mean, even Kendrick Lamar, as much of a fan I am of his, like, he doesn't really practice what he preaches all the time. We can't be easily bought. Yes, this was entertaining. Why can't we just accept things for what they are? At the end of the day, he is a capitalist. He is an entertainer. And the NFL, for the Super Bowl, they don't pay you. However, with the exposure and his tour coming up, he's going to be paid tenfold. His streams have gone up significantly since the Super Bowl. And so it's a win for him, yes, but it's not a win for us.
No, so they're entertainers and we take them as that.
Yes, appreciate it for the shadiness and pettiness that it was, because that's what I was here for. But again, like I quoted this before, that Drake said Kendrick's rapping like he's always trying to free the slaves or whatever, which is funny. Because that's exactly what he did at the Super Bowl. And you know, he did point out, sometimes it's okay just to be in a conscious entertainer. But yeah, that's it. Just, it's okay to be a conscious entertainer, but you're not really doing much for us as a whole.
I mean, they're not pushing anybody. Like they're not moving anything forward.
No, like yeah, like if he didn't do the Super Bowl, if he turned down the Super Bowl, that would have been more of a statement if you asked me. But I can't tell people what to do with their money. My bed is next to my sink. I can't tell people what to do. But and appreciate it for what it is, but appreciate it for what it is.
Appreciate for what it is.
That's it. Yeah. Well, that's all I have to say about that. Any last words about the performance?
It was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he looked at the camera directly.
Yes.
But this was pettiness.
Yes.
On the grand stage.
Definitely. And before we go, I want to give a shout out to my auntie, because she was definitely giving Kendrick all the shade for the performance. She was like, "What is this?" She went and took a hot shower. My other auntie, like, I don't know, she made food or washed the dishes. I don't know. They weren't here for it at all. But I told her that I will make her a Kendrick Lamar fan just yet. I sent her Poetic Justice, the music video. We're going to start her off slow. But she will be a Kendrick Lamar fan soon enough. So
I don't know a lot of his music. I kind of brushed up.
Mm-hmm. He's not for everybody, but he's going to be for my auntie. So she'll appreciate it.
I do hope Drake gets professional help, maybe, because I feel like something like this, it's a bit like, I won't say it's bullying because he started it, or whoever started it, I don't know, but they were both kind of at it until someone was like, well, I'm better than you, so he took it to the next level. But I do think, though, to have this everywhere and the whole,
that's tough.
The whole A minor, like a whole stadium.
Like, it's a song accusing you of being
Yeah. And they do that because, just if you look at his history, you're like,
yeah, look, girl, I took that deep dive and it is shifty as hell. I don't know how you can explain some of these things. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I just know the Millie Bobby Brown thing. I was like, yo, this is like a 12-year-old girl and you're fangirling over them. Like, this is weird. But I think, though, it's good. It's gonna be traumatic. Like,
yeah. Like, how do you show your face?
Like, you have a whole body of people just laughing at you. Like you have it's international. Like it's just everywhere.
I'm sure they're saying A minor in another language. How do you say A minor in Espanol? A menos. I don't know. A menos.
Imagine him showing up somewhere and that's what people, and I'm sure it's happened.
I'm sure it has happened. Yeah. I feel bad for him a little bit. Like,
I do feel bad for him, like even if he did start it, like I do. But you know what? He got all his money to keep him warm.
Yeah, just dry your tears with $100 bill, or pay
again.
for
the crazy thing, he can't escape anywhere. Like back then with rap beef, if it got too hot, you could, I don't know, go somewhere else maybe.
Speaking of hot, the block is hot. The block is hot, hot, hot. That is, I think that's Lil Wayne. The block is hot. The block is hot, hot. There. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for tuning in to this special episode. If you like the vibe, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, deuces.